Good morning again. Into our top story. Retired Ekurhuleni Deputy Chief of Police Revo Spies will continue his testimony at the Madlanga Commission this morning. The commission is looking into corruption and the infiltration of criminal syndicates within law enforcement agencies. Spies' evidence before the commission has demonstrated links between EMPD Deputy Police Chief Brigadier Julius Mkhwanazi and attempted murder accused Vusimuzi Matlala. Now, to chat to us about what to expect today, let's cross live to SABC News anchor Ayanda Nyathi and reporter Canny Maphanga at the Commission in Pretoria. Ayanda, good morning again.
Good morning, Leanne. Welcome back to a cloudy and cool Pretoria on this Monday morning, where we're expecting day 27 of the Madlanga Commission to get underway at 9:30. And as you've mentioned, we're still zoning in on the alleged interference at the Ekurhuleni Metro Police Department, with Vusimuzi Matlala's name coming up often. He's the man, if you like, at the center of those claims of interference. Canny Maphanga is still stationed with us here as we continue connecting the dots. And Canny, in the last hour, we spoke about how it is officials caught wind of the fact that Vusimuzi Matlala is using blue lights, but help us understand why this would be problematic if it's not necessarily obvious yet.
Indeed. So essentially we have already heard evidence that private security companies can double up in some instances to allegedly commit crime. So I guess the use of blue lights can be used towards that ulterior purpose as well. That is what makes the use of blue lights dangerous when it's not done by law enforcement themselves. You, as a member of a public, understand blue lights to be that of law enforcement. You understand that it's the South African Police Services or some kind of law enforcement agency that is flagging you down when there's blue lights. And in some instances we have seen cases, or rather the officials, EMPD officials, have put before the Commission that they've had cases of attempted hijackings, robberies, people following, I guess, persons from OR Tambo Airport using these fake blue lights. And then once the citizen stops, they're then confronted with this issue of crime instead of it being a law enforcement official. So that's why it's important for the issuing of blue lights to be done only for law enforcement and not to take place for private security companies. Private security companies have their own intermittent strobing or white lights that they're allowed to use. But once you give them blue lights, you give them the status of the law enforcement agencies, which only legislation can do. So essentially what you do is you create an environment where there's a possible element of criminality that can occur if you give them this kind of free room in the regions in which they operate or in the nations in which they operate by giving them those blue lights. So he's stating that they've seen in the past that people have used these blue lights in order to commit alleged offences, to present themselves as cops when they're not, so misrepresenting law enforcement agencies. And it is something that they're stressing can only be afforded to law enforcement agencies as per the legislation dictates.
Yeah, I mean, blue lights in essence help people wield power, and that really is the issue here. Revo Spies back on the witness stand today. Any kind of signals on where he's likely to take us?
Well, indeed, we heard from the last time on the stand that the alleged threats that was meted out to Isaac Mapie, the suspended police chief, not only extended to him, but allegedly it also extended to Spies. So as someone who worked in EMPD for 30 years and has since left that particular office, it'll be interesting to see what consequences, if any, followed him after they challenged this blue light saga in the EMPD.
All right, Canny Maphanga, thanks very much indeed. And of course, we'll be watching the space very closely as we continue getting to the bottom of these claims as part of phase 1 of the Madlanga Commission of Inquiry.
Well, thanks very much to our team that's covering that Madlanga Commission for us. We'll hear from them again in the hour.